Ever heard of the thrill of the chase? The thrill of the chase refers to the feeling of excitement, anticipation, and motivation that men especially experience when pursuing women they're attracted to or interested in. It's often used to describe the pursuit of a romantic relationship, where basically he's actively trying to attract the attention and affection of his love interest. Now, this phenomenon is also associated with the early stages of a relationship where there's a sense of uncertainty and excitement surrounding the possibility of forming a romantic relationship. The pursuit of a potential partner can create a sense of reward and pleasure when successful, which can reinforce the desire to continue to chase. However, it's important to note that the thrill of the chase can also have negative consequences if pursued in an unhealthy or inappropriate manner, and that's a separate video on its own. But up next, I'll delve into all these and more, so make sure you stay till the very end. Welcome back, Jessica here. So what are the 5 reasons you keep losing interest in a woman once she reciprocates the love or attention? Is there something wrong with you? Let's break it down. Now, to do this, we need to first look at the psychology behind the thrill of the chase. And I'll quickly highlight 4 main things you should be aware of. The first one is evolutionary biology. Now, from an evolutionary perspective, men have traditionally been the pursuers in romantic relationships, right? Women have been the pursued. Now, this dynamic is rooted in our evolutionary past, where men had to compete for the attention of women in order to produce or reproduce and pass on their genes. This biological drive to compete and pursue can create a sense of excitement, reward, when a man is successful at attracting his love interest. B is social conditioning. So our culture and societal norms also play a role in shaping gender roles and expectations. Men are often socialized to be assertive, competitive, and dominant, while women are socialized to be more passive and receptive. These societal expectations can reinforce the idea that men should be the pursuers in the relationship, which of course contributes to the thrill of the chase. Let's talk about dopamine release as point C. Now, the pursuit of a romantic interest can trigger the release of dopamine in the brain, which, of course, is a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward, as I've already mentioned. Now, this can create a sense of euphoria, excitement, when a man is pursuing a woman he's attracted to, which will reinforce this behavior to continue to chase. And finally, a sense of accomplishment. So, when a man is successful in attracting a woman's attention, it can create a sense of accomplishment and boost his self-esteem as well. Now, this sense of achievement can be rewarding in and of itself, even if the relationship ultimately doesn't work out. The question you'll ask at this point then is, if the thrill of the chase is so exciting, why do some men lose interest the minute a woman shows hers? I have a few theories. Reason 1 is the dopamine high. Now, the best way to explain this would be the feeling you get right after an intense sexual orgasm. You may chase the dopamine high because, remember I said, dopamine is associated with pleasure and reward. When dopamine is released in the brain, it creates a sense of pleasure, satisfaction, which can be highly motivating and reinforcing, right? However, the experience that quickly follows this high is comparatively disappointing. Note how some men don't even want to lay close or cuddle with a woman he just made love to. He needed a high and he just received a fix. The excitement died the minute his orgasm was over. To put it bluntly, a man won't campaign after the election is won. It really is that simple. Now, chasing a dopamine high is akin to doing drugs. The minute your high comes down, you'll quickly move on to find another fix. Now, reasons you desire to chase a dopamine high may include societal or cultural norms, psychological factors such as stress or anxiety, genetic predispositions to addiction or risk-taking behaviors, right? The second reason is lack of chemistry or attraction. Now, it's possible that the man simply doesn't feel a spark or attraction with a woman even after she showed interest. Physical attraction and chemistry can play a big role in romantic relationships. And my theory is it's the reason why a lot of men, for instance, rarely fall in love with prostitutes. Most men pursuing a woman in every shape or form merely see this as transactional. He has subconsciously given himself a challenge and will go to extreme lengths to fulfill it. Now, sometimes you struggle to the top of the mountain only to behold a disappointing sunset. Yes, it's a cloudy day and maybe the clouds stole the moment from you. I've heard some men attribute it to women who use, for example, excessive makeup, and we've seen the transformations. I mean, sometimes a woman looks simply out of this world only to see her wake up next to you the next morning looking like something completely different. I'm sure the guy who raised this sentiment with me wasn't trying to be disrespectful, but merely stating that as something that happens quite often, something that men talk about in locker rooms. And even if men find women attractive, some men who are sapiosexual lose interest quickly because they're not able to engage with a woman beyond any other thing outside sex. Third reason is fear of commitment. Now, some men may enjoy the chase or the excitement of pursuing a woman, but may not be ready for a committed relationship. Once a woman shows her interest, the man may feel pressure or commitment to the relationship, which can cause him to lose interest. Most men pursue committed relationships only after they feel fulfilled in life or are on their way to fulfillment. For example, if a man is still actively pursuing his education or career, isn't financially sound, then he will not be necessarily looking for a long-term partner. In such instances, a woman who shows any kind of sign that says, hey, I'm looking for something serious, like marriage, for instance, will be a huge turnoff. So without overthinking why you keep losing interest when she shows hers, I can easily make point number 4, different priorities or goals. As I alluded to in point number 3, the man may have different priorities or life goals that are not aligned with the woman's. This can cause the man to lose interest or feel that a relationship is not compatible. A lot of women fail to realize just how impactful a man's assessment of where he is in life impacts the kind of relationship that he pursues. You know, most men only get serious with a woman when they actually believe that they're in a position to be taken seriously. You know, this is a huge alpha male trait. Men who feel unaccomplished may struggle with personal insecurities and may feel that they're not ready to settle down. They may worry that they're not good enough for maybe a committed relationship, or may fear that they won't be able to provide for the family. Men who feel unaccomplished may feel a sense of pressure to succeed in their personal and professional lives before actually settling down. They'll feel that they need to achieve certain goals or milestones before they can commit to something long term. And if women don't understand this, then it becomes a big problem. And finally, the desire for independence is the last reason. So some men may simply prefer to maintain their independence and not be interested in settling down with a woman at this point in their lives. Closely related to this is the fact that such men may also have personal issues or emotional baggage that prevents them from pursuing a relationship. Past traumas, emotional wounds that need to be addressed before they can fully engage are all things we need to take note of. Men who've experienced past relationships that ended badly or have unresolved emotional issues will be hesitant to enter a relationship. So there you have it. Really, 5 reasons you keep losing interest once she shows hers. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree, or perhaps if you have any other reasons that you think I haven't mentioned. My name is Jessica. I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.